right, folks, listen, this is a live stream, and I've tried to do this video a few times, but I always somehow mess it up. But listen, there is something very important that you need to see in this video, okay? It's a huge connection to my prediction of June 11th, okay? I told you on June 11th, Washington State is going to be struck. Get out of Washington State. It is the biblical beast out of the sea event, okay? And Elvis is the biblical beast out of the sea. He is the phoenix rising. He is the kraken. He is the sea goat, okay? He's the camel that shoots through the eye of the space needle, all right? So get out of Washington State before June 11th, okay? And uh, not only is Elvis the beast out of the sea, one of the heads of the beast, okay, that's what the Bible says, is that one of the heads of the beast seems to have had a deadly head wound that the world wondered after that was healed, all right? And what better beast to get that head wound than the one who compares himself to Elvis, which is Trump. And Trump is going to get his head wound on August 4th. So June 11th, Washington State gets struck, and Trump gets his head wound on August 4th. These two events have to happen, okay? It's like I said, these two are combined events, okay? And like if you've been watching my videos, you know that the Washington State event is also a head wound, and it's Elvis's head. If you've seen my videos, got to watch it. Go to the live section of this channel. That's where all my recent videos are. The live section of this channel. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you something that's so incredible in the connection to my prediction. So, I don't talk about secret societies. You want to know why? Because they're all the same. Secret societies are run by the crucifiers of Christ. You know who they are. It's the same people who run this country and every other God-forsaken country in this matrix. All right? The crucifiers of Christ. Okay? You know who they are. And they run these secret societies. So don't tell me who runs it. All right? The I'm not even going to name all the names. You know what I'm talking about. But for right now, the reason I'm even talking about this Masonic thing is because Albert Pike, this dude, all right, he wrote about 3 world wars supposedly, but they're saying that it's not even a real story, you know. But trust me, you can't get the right facts anymore with this Google. Google, you can't trust anyone on the internet anymore. But so there was this story that he had written a letter, okay, that about 3 world wars, okay, and that have to happen, okay, and we've already had 2, right? So this third world war is, and everything is in threes. It's all about the Triple Crown, okay, and you know that I told you guys the year Elvis died that you had the Triple Crown winner called Seattle Slew that won on June 11th, the Triple Crown. World War III, the WWW, the 3 looks like a W. You turn it upside down. It's WW3, get it? Because the 3 is a W. If you turn it like this, right? It's Triple Crown. And that year Elvis died, Seattle Slew. Slew means to violently kill. It's the past tense of slay. Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown on June 11th. Now, so this Albert Pike wrote a book, they said, and a letter also in the same year. It was published in 1871, the book, and then also some letter he wrote to somebody named Giuseppe, whoever cares what the guy's name is. But in the book was called Morals and Dogma of the Ancient and Accepted Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. And Trump has connections to Scottish roots, right, from on his mom's side. And trust me, his dad is one of those crucifiers of Christ, if you know what I mean. And anyway, so it was in 1871, the book and the letter. Who cares what the date is? But in 1871, okay, what let's look from 1871 to this year, June 11th. Okay, watch this. Okay, so from Albert Pike in 1871 when he wrote the book and the letter, mind you, I don't care about the date. I just started from the first of the year. So no matter what the date is, it's either before 611 or after 611, the date. It would either be 154 years if it was after 611 or 155 years if you start from the first of the year. Okay? So it doesn't matter. 154 or 155, okay? And you know that the Antichrist equals 154, right? But why am I showing this? Because see, from Elvis's birthday to 611 is 154 days or 155 days, okay? If you add the day. And it's either 154 or 155 years from the day Albert Pike wrote about the three world wars, okay? And he wrote that book about the Freemasonry stuff. And if you take 154, if you wrote 154 and 155 with the name Elvis Aaron Presley, you get 666. Okay? And I told you in between Elvis's birthday and 611 is 154 days. If you don't add the day, 155 days if you add the day, okay? And the fact that it's 154 or 155 years from that moment in 1871, okay, to 611 this year when Albert Pike wrote the letter about World War III and about the book of Freemasonry too. Okay, now, and also you know that there's a Pike's Place in Seattle, but really it's not named after Albert Pike. It's named after somebody else, but it's called Pike's Place. And yeah, it's the PP for the people who know my videos. But anyway, look at this. Albert Pike. He equals 9945, and that's my birthday connection, 9495. Because my birthday's on 94, but it was a leap year, 95 it landed on. Now look at this. Albert Pike, AP, is his initials are 116, which is like the 611 backwards, the numbers. And interestingly enough, Albert Pike was a master mason, right? And so was George Washington. I'll get to that in a moment. But Albert Pike and George Washington, in between George Washington's death date and Albert Pike's birth is 10 years, 16 days. There's your 611 again. And the letter O is like a crown. I told you that. It's a portal. And look at this. From Albert Pike's birth date to Elvis's birth date this year is 216 years. To 611 from Albert Pike's birth is 216 years. To August 4th, my other prediction, is 216 years. So this year is 216 years from Albert Pike's birth. And you know why 216 is so important? Because August 4th, when Trump gets his head wound, is the 216th day of the year. And also, June 11th is the 162nd day of the year, 162. So it's the 216 or the 16-2 connection, which I've talked about many times on my channel. All you have to do is keep watching my live streams, and you will see what I'm talking about. So it's 216 years from Albert Pike's birth to this year. So, all these things that happened are connected, okay? Now, I'm getting to the good stuff. Just hold on. Albert Pike, from the day he became a master mason to Elvis's birth date, is 84 years. And 84s, like I said, the 216th day of the year. And guess what Elvis Aaron Presley equals? His full name equals 216. August 4th is the 216th day of the year when Trump gets his head wound, right? And in between Elvis's birthday and 9/11 was 8 months, 4 days. Okay, see, what I'm trying to tell you is that everything's connected to Elvis, okay? And here's another connection. So from George Washington Master Mason Day, because see, this one was Albert Pike Master Mason when he became a Master Mason. It was 84 years. And from George Washington being a Master Mason, which was on August 4th, get it? 8-4. This was 84 years from Albert Pike being a Master Mason. And from that day that George Washington became a Master Mason, it was, look at that, to Elvis's birth is 66,266. And why is that important? Because when Elvis was born, he had an identical twin, okay, that died at birth or was sacrificed. And the word twin equals 66. So you have 66 two times. Get it? 266 or 66 2. Because there was two twins and twin equals 66. And there was two of them. Do you understand? Are you understanding what I'm telling you? Okay. And you know what the Tupelo area code is where Elvis was born, him and the identical? It was 662, the Tupelo area code. Okay? Where they were born. You see all the connections? And from Elvis's birth to 9/11 was 66 years, 8 months, 4 days. And the word twin equals 66, and the Twin Towers fell 66 years after Elvis was born. Okay? Now, because it's all about the twin, because his identical twin was sacrificed, okay? That's why you have two Washingtons, all right? You have Washington, D.C. and the state of Washington. Now, if you still think it's nothing, well, watch this. This is where it becomes 100%, okay? So from Albert Pike's birth to Albert Pike's death, from his birth to his death, it is 81 years, 3 months, 5 days. That's Elvis's birthday. He was born on 1/8/35. See it? Okay? Hey, you still think that's a coincidence? How about this one? So Elvis died at the age of 42. Washington is the 42nd state where this June 11th event is going to be. So Elvis died at 42. He was born on 1/8, and his current age is 91, Elvis. Albert Pike died on 4/2/1891. You see that? 4/2, 1/8 looks like 18, and 91. See it? Okay, you think that's a coincidence too? And yeah, and Pike died in Washington, D.C. I told you, but I'm trying to explain to you, it's Washington State we're talking about that's going to get struck. And Washington's the 42nd state, you know, and he died on 4/2. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. And then lastly, Elvis's birth date, from Albert Pike's birth to Elvis's birth, look at that. 45, which is I told you, which is the bridge, the portal. The 45 is the bridge. I explained it. And 666 days. See that? When you add the day, look at that. 45,666. If you think these are coincidences, like I said, there's no hope for you, you know? Okay? And by the way, nuclear, the word nuclear equals Masonic. Exact same numbers. Nuclear equals Masonic. All right? Now I'm going to show you one last thing. Well, actually, I'll show you a couple of things, but nuclear equals Masonic. Okay? Hold on. Hold on. Let me turn off my, I tell you, my people, sometimes they get on my last nerves, man. Hold on. All right, turned off the sound. Where was I? Oh, let me show you a video real quick. Let's see if I can remember where it is. This is where how I tell you there's no way that this could be a coincidence, people. What I'm about to show you. So I was out walking, and by the way, I knew this info like I don't know, like 5 years ago. I remember showing it to everybody 5 years ago, but I completely forgot that I showed it. And then when I saw it, when I went back there again, let me show you. Let's see if I can find it. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it here. Oh, isn't that weird that I passed the 216 sign too? Look at this. Hold on. That's funny. I didn't even notice that. I'm surprised they didn't make that the building. Look at this. There's a neon store. Look at the number. Neon. Look, I'm showing the 216 number right there. Now watch. I'm walking down the street. All right. Is that Marilyn Monroe? She's born on 8/4. Who was that? Who was that supposed to be? Anyway, watch. I'm going to come up to... I'm glad I went this way. Because everyone asked me to take them there. Look at this. This is the building right there, that white one. But see, I have to show it to you from far, but I can't do that. I'm walking up to the Masonic Temple. Look at this. And it's like the three pillars. Did you see? It looked in the old days, The Twin Towers with the third building. Look at that. The Yeah. What is the... I started walking away, then I backed up, and I said, let me look at this plaque. June 11th. So, look at this. I'm looking at the plaque. Look, man. I don't know if you guys can see it. Hold on. Look. There it is. Look at that. It was dedicated on June 11th, 1929. So why am I showing you this? This is, listen to me. This is, because I live in Glendale, California. That's where I live, okay? And I even explained to you that the area code is connected to Elvis and his twin. Because Elvis and his twin were both born on 1/8. You have to dial 1, and then 818 is the area code for Glendale. 1818, get it? The twins' birth. That's the only one in the whole country that it can match, is where I live. And this Masonic temple, okay, it was rededicated, by the way, just in 2018. I can't remember. Let me just show you. Let me see if I can find it here. What is the only Masonic temple to be dedicated on June 11th? Look what comes up. Look what comes up. The only one to come up, man, based on historical records, the Masonic Temple in Glendale, California, man. Do you understand how incredible that is? Out of all the Masonic temples, this is the only one. And this is where I live. Okay? And it was rededicated. I can't remember when. When it was rededicated, I can't remember. The building was acquired sometime, I can't remember when it got rededicated. But it was rededicated, I think January something of 20. I can't remember. But anyway, I remember when they were fixing it up. you know? Yeah, it's unreal. How is this even possible? And Masonic Temple is MT, TM, like Memphis, Tennessee, and Tupelo, Mississippi. That's where Elvis was born and died. He was born in Tupelo, Mississippi, which is TM, which equals 33. The T is the 20th letter, M is the 13th letter of the alphabet. TM equals 33, Tupelo, Mississippi. And then he went to Memphis, Tennessee and died, and that's empty because his tomb is empty. Get it? Because Elvis lives. That's the anagram, you know? And of course, you know that they named this operation that's happening right now in the Middle East with Iran, they named it Operation Epic Fury. The day after Elvis named his, the movie Elvis, the movie called Epic about Elvis Presley in concert. That's what the letters Epic stands for. EPIC, which equals 33, by the way. Again. And it came out the day before, wide release. It came out in wide release across America the day before this Operation Epic Fury by, by the Trump. Because Trump is the image of Elvis. He is the image of the beast. Okay? And you know that Operation Epic Fury equals 216? Just like Elvis Aaron Presley equals 216. Do you see how crazy that is? I told you, 216th day of the year is August 4th. It's the same numbers as June 11th, which is the 162nd dates. 162, the other one's 216. Okay? And, hold on. Give me a second, I'm reading something here in the chat. Okay, anyway, so think about how crazy that is, that the Epic movie comes out right, and they name it Operation Epic Fury, you know? Okay, and now look at this. You know, there was 2 Elvis movies, okay, that this one dude did. Baz Luhrmann, he's, I guess, the producer, or whatever the hell he is of this show. Director, producer, whoever he is. He looks like he's wearing some kind of mask, like some fake character. If you look at him, he looks fake, the dude. But anyway, here, let me show you his image. Images of Baz Luhrmann. Tell me this guy doesn't look like a fake person, folks. Imagine, like, somebody in disguise. Look, doesn't he look fake? Do you get what I'm saying? Like he's in some kind of mask? You know what I mean? Who is this dude? Right? You get what I'm saying, right? He looks like somebody. Somebody needs to find out who this dude is. Okay? And anyway, this guy, this movies, he made 2 Elvis movies now. They were big deals. Okay, so the first one was called Elvis. That was all it was called, Elvis, back in 2022. And then now the movie Epic, which is Elvis Presley in concert. That's what it stands for, Epic. Guess when? Because he showed it to Graceland, because that's where Elvis lives, Graceland, which looks like the White House, by the way. That's why Presley is like president. You see that? PRES, like president. And that's why his house looks like the White House, Graceland. If you ever look at it, it looks just like the front of the White House. Anyway, so at Graceland, where Elvis lives, he did a screening for the people at Graceland, like whoever is, Priscilla Presley and whoever else is left to be left alive. I have no idea. But he did a screening for them. Guess when he did the screening at Graceland? for these two movies. It's just beyond belief. So the first screening he did, where is it? Look, oh no, for Epic. For Epic, he did it. The movie that just came out, look, Baz Luhrmann held the U.S. premiere of his documentary film Epic, Elvis Presley in Concert, at Graceland on January 8th, 2026. So he did it on Elvis's birthday this year. So he did the Graceland, the Epic movie, which one came out right now, this year on Elvis's birthday, Graceland. Okay, which is no big deal, right? That seems logical, right? And then when did he do the Elvis, because this is Elvis Presley in Concert documentary that he just did. He screened it on January 8th, Elvis's birthday this year at Graceland. When did he do the first Elvis movie he did? This Baz Luhrmann. Lure Man. His like Lure the Man. Look at this. When did he do it? The screening of Elvis, the movie, was on June 11th that year at Graceland. You see that? And this movie came out on June 24th, and June 24th is June 11th on the old Julian calendar. So the actual movie came out on 6/24, but it was 6/11 they screened it at Graceland. So that's another crazy connection right there, Okay. So, that's basically it, I know it's kind of started slow, this video, but, because it's hard to explain this Masonic nonsense, because all these secret societies are the same crap, all right? So that's why the Vatican, the Jesuits, the Freemasons, they're all the same crap. They all take their orders from Satan's minions, who are the crucifiers of Christ, okay? The ones where all the wars are done for, okay? Anyway, yeah, I could show you another connection. I wonder if I should show this, man. I should maybe just get this over with and show this too. There was a what do you guys think? Should I do the Nipsey Hussle stuff about what happened? I wonder if I should do that, because there was a shooting. Hold on. So there was a shooting, but I just want you to see something first. Hold on. So there was a shooting. Okay, but first let me show you this. So this is the Seattle Space Needle, okay? And I've shown a bunch of connections where they show buildings and stuff like that that looks like this, and they'll use it in these unbelievable stories on television. So imagine, just look at this, look at the needle, okay? And I told you the word space needle equals the word fallen angel. Every number is the same. Forward, backward, reduced, every number in gematria is the same as space needle equals fallen angel. Because Elvis is the fallen angel, not just a fallen angel, the fallen angel. Okay, and Trump is his image. Anyway, so look at this space needle, right? Now watch this. There was a shooting today at this place. Let me show it to you. But first, let me show you. Here's that top of the space needle again. See it? I'm just kidding. Look, See this needle? Look at this. I was just joking, but look, people also say it looks like the Statue of Liberty, and Elvis is the Statue of Liberty, which I've been saying for years. So anyway, but look, you see this? It looks like kind of like this, the needle on the Space Needle. And why am I showing you this? You'll see in a moment. You see how it kind of has rounded windows, like the Space Needle that I just showed, the Seattle Space Needle, and it's called Marathon Burger. See, I'm just showing you predictive programming, okay? This Marathon Burger, you would think it's a nothing story. I'm literally telling you that they picked this place because it was the grand opening yesterday. It was the grand opening of this stupid burger place in Long Beach, California. And watch, I'm telling you 100% that they chose this place just for this connection. And you'll see what I'm talking about. So remember, this looks like the Space Needle, and it's called Marathon Burger. Watch. Does the Marathon Burger have anything to do with Nipsey Hussle and the Marathon brand?
Yes, Marathon Burger is directly connected to Nipsey Hussle and the Marathon brand. His brother Black Sam launched it in March 2025 to honor Nipsey's vision for community and business.
So this guy was killed, this Nipsey Hussle.
Part of the Marathon brand's growth, focusing on entrepreneurship and empowerment.
Okay, so anyway, so the Marathon Burger had to do with the marathon. That's where the guy was killed, this rapper, Nipsey Hussle. The marathon. There's that TM again. Just like I was just telling you about Tupelo, Mississippi and Memphis, Tennessee, where Elvis lived and died. The MT equals 33. MT equals 33. You understand? And just like the Masonic Temple thing I was just showing you. And Nipsey Hussle, the rapper, was killed right in front of the Marathon store that he owned. How old was Nipsey Hussle? See, 33 years old, right?
Nipsey Hussle was 33 years old when he died. He was shot on March 31st, 2019 in Los Angeles,
and he was
outside his store.
And look at this.
Born August 15th.
When was Nipsey Hussle born and when did he die?
Nipsey Hussle, born Ermias.
Look. So look at this. He was born on 3/31. I mean, he died on 3/31, which, by the way, is the 90th day of the year, and on leap year, it's 91. Okay? And I've explained to you why that's important, and Elvis is 91 years old right now. But 331, the number 331 is the 67th prime. Elvis equals 67. And if you write out the words 67, it's the first number that equals 162, which is June 11th, the 162nd day of the year. And Elvis equals 67. And the 67th prime is 331, right? And he was born on August 15th, this dude. Look. When did Elvis die? August 16th.
Elvis Presley died on August 16th, 1977.
And watch this. So, wait, I'm not done. I'm getting to the good part. So, whatever I did with it. Hold on. So he was born one day before Elvis died. The date, not the year. He's actually born, he was born 8 years exactly after Elvis died. And, you know, Elvis was born on the 8th day. And he was born 8 years exactly after, okay? And I told you he was born one day before Elvis's death date. And from Elvis's death date, I mean, Elvis died on the 228th day of the year, and on leap year, it's the 229th day, okay? And from the day that this guy was born, and from Elvis's death date, you know, they're same time, right? 8/15, 8/16. To the day this guy, I mean, to today's date is 228 or 229 days if you add the day. Okay, same thing as Elvis's death date, which is the 228th, 229th day of the year. All right, so that's another connection. All right. And the news broke today about this story. Okay. So if you, what did I do with it? it's like all my papers disappeared, folks. This is unbelievable. Hold on. What did I do with it? Give me a second. By the way, you're seeing everything backwards. This is my right hand. All right. I know it looks like I'm left-handed, but I'm not. Not that it matters. I just want you to know that it's backwards, everything. Hold on. Wait, what is this? Oh. Okay. So from the day. Oh, before I do that, let me show you this. That in gematria, that if you add up this guy's name, let me see if I have it in here. Look at this. If you add up this guy's full name, his real name, which actually equals the same as my name, 210. This guy who died, this Nipsey Hussle, who his brand is the Marathon, and the Marathon Burger place. I told you there was a shooting at the grand opening. This is his real name, which equals 210, like my name. Look at this. That's his real name, that full name, and then that's Donald John Trump's full name, and Elvis Aaron Presley equals 611. You know how I knew that is because when I saw that it equaled 210, that's why I knew to put these two together, because that's what my name would equal. My name equals 611 with Donald John Trump and Elvis Aaron Presley. Okay? That's why I knew his would equal that, because his name equaled 210 like mine. All right? So 611. You see that? It's 611 with that guy's real name, Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle, that's his real name. All right? And I want to check the spelling before I... what was Nipsey Hussle's real name? Let's look at it. I just want to make sure I spelled it right. Did I spell it right? ASGHEDOM. ASGHEDOM, right? Yeah, that's right. Anyway, so you see that. There's a 611. You see the connection. Remember, the Marathon Place, look, the Marathon Place, burger place, it was a grand opening, all right? And the shooting was either late last night or early this morning, right? We got the news today, okay? It's funny you guys say that. You guys, everyone says I look like anybody with a beard. You guys are so funny. I look like Jerry Garcia. I look like Albert Pike. I look like the guy who they just killed, the Ayatollah. You know, it's like everybody with a white beard looks alike. You know. But anyway, the big deal is this is the big connection. This is how you know that it was all for this. So from Nipsey Hussle's death on 3/31/2019 to today's date is 6 years, 11 months, and 3 days. And I told you the 3 is a W, like a crown. So it's 611, the crown. You see that? Now that's how you know for sure that they purposely, and by the way, look at this, 31 plus 2 equals 33. Look at that. You have a 33 right here, and 31 plus 2 is 33. He died at the age of 33. You know? And the Marathon brand, TM, is 33, like Tupelo, Mississippi, Memphis, Tennessee. And his full name, this guy's real name, with Donald John Trump and Elvis Aaron Presley equals 611. Come on. And the Marathon Burger place has a needle on the top and round like the Space Needle. Please, people, use your brain. This isn't, I'm telling you, they purposely opened this place and did this ritual purposely. That place will, it'll go out of business, that place. Trust me. It'll have a new owner in a year or less, 2 years. Do you get what I'm saying? They just open that place, they name it, and then they give it away. Did you get what I'm saying or no? All right, anybody else have anything to say? I made this video way too long. Way too long. I might end up deleting the video tomorrow. Anyway, what else? I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting something. But just imagine, folks, the only Masonic temple in the world that was dedicated on June 11th is where I live. I mean, come on, man. I've already shown the World Cup connection. I'm not going to show it here. You got to watch my live streams. I've shown all the connections, man. Just all you guys got to do is go watch the live section of this channel. Only the live section, because that's where all my recent videos are. Watch the last 9 months of videos. All right? Just work your way back from the most recent backwards. But watch them in order. If you see part 1, part 2, watch those first. And listen to what I say in the beginning, because if you hear me say, you got to watch the other video first and watch those before you watch. You know what I mean? If you hear me say that in the beginning of videos. Because especially the one before this video, I tell people watch part 1 and part 2 first. Because I didn't name it part 3, but it is kind of like a part 3. The one before this one. But anyway, so just go watch the live section of this channel. Anybody else have anything to say? No, I don't pay attention to this, to these, the eclipses and blood moon. I mean, only if they have connections to Elvis and Trump, I'll talk about it. And yeah, tonight is the blood moon. It's after midnight, 3/3. Yeah. And Trump was born under a blood moon eclipse. Trump's born on Flag Day, World Blood Donor Day, Army birthday, like I said, Flag Day. And he was born under a blood moon eclipse. Yeah. Anyway, just understand, if you're new to the channel, I told you guys that Elvis had an identical twin that was sacrificed at birth or died. And Trump is the replacement twin. See, they couldn't be even. You understand? Elvis has to be the top. So if you have a twin, an identical, then that means they're like even. So that's why Trump had to be the lesser. Okay? And because he's playing God in the flesh, it's complete mockery because Jesus is God. So he's playing the part of Jesus because he's going to be crucified and rise. It's a counterfeit resurrection he's going to have. Okay? Trump on August 4th. But Elvis is playing God in heaven because when Jesus was walking the earth as God in the flesh, God was still in heaven. Okay? Jesus is God, but he was in the flesh. You understand? When he was in the flesh, That's why he was directing you to God in heaven. Okay? It's not that Jesus was lesser, it's just that he was in the flesh. And that's why once he went back to heaven, he became exactly who he is, which is God. But that's what they're doing. Elvis is playing God in heaven, Trump's playing God in the flesh. That's why he has to be crucified, and that's why he has to rise from the dead. All right? But again, it's going to be a a counterfeit version of what happens. Okay? Everything that happens is for Elvis. Everything. Okay? Every single thing you're seeing that's happening is for Elvis. Someone's saying something about a marathon game that is coming out. I don't know what that's about, but anyway. But again, I understand something about marathon. That's what I'm talking about in this video. But um, oh, and by the way, check this out. Here's a connection. How long is the average marathon?
A standard marathon is 26.2 miles.
26 miles. There it is, which is 42 kilometers. There it is. This year's 26. I told you that. If you've been watching my last few live streams, I tell you about the year we're in, 26, and all the connections. Go watch that. Now that's it. That was the connection. Marathon, the 26 miles is like the 26 connection because God equals 26. Man, are you getting that? Am I making sense? Did you guys see that connection or no? Man, at the last second, I got that. Yeah, and yeah, Memphis, where Elvis died, uh, Memphis is also the name of the oldest. I mean, one of the most important cities in ancient Egypt. And you heard what Elon Musk said. Elon Musk built the supercomputer over there. I did a whole video on it, where he said the next God will come out of Memphis. Yeah. So anyway, all right. God bless all of you. I think that's it, folks. I don't have anything left to say. But if you saw what I did, I know it's kind of convoluted, but you understand, it was all the reason I did that last story because it looked like the Space Needle. They're messing with us, man. All right. Oh, I don't even know if I said that there was a shooting there. Yeah, whatever. So there was some kind of shooting there. All right. What is the Long Beach area code? 562.
The primary area code.
Forget it. That's not important. I mean, I'm sure there's something, but who cares? That's where the shooting took place, I think. All right, folks. Any last connections you want to? I'll stay on another 5-10 minutes, and that's it. Yeah. Anyone? Yeah. If anyone coming late, you got to watch from the beginning. All right. Yeah. Make sure you guys watch from the beginning. And if you're new to the channel, see, this is the sad part of people. How can there be only 16 thumbs up? First of all, I know right now you guys will thumb it up when you leave, but to anyone watching this on replay, make sure you thumb up the videos. You're not doing it for me. You're doing it for people to see. They go, oh, it must be pretty good if people thumb it up. Everyone should be thumbing up the videos and commenting under it. Make sure you comment. Make a comment about what you saw in the video. Because people like to read the comments. And it makes them want to watch the video, So make sure you thumb up the video and comment. And to the ones who just got in, make sure you watch from the beginning. And if you're new to the channel, go to the live section go to the live section of this channel and watch all the live streams for the last 9 months. Listen, yes, everything they do is by the numbers because God created everything with, through numerical, but he doesn't, but God created math. He doesn't like do math like we do, like adding it up. He is the math. You know what I mean? Like, he just speaks it into existence and it comes to fruition. What I'm saying is he doesn't like have to add anything up. See, that's what I'm saying. Everything that the beast system does is a copy of what a counterfeit version of what uh, God truly is, which is perfect. But this computer, this beast system, that's being controlled by AI, like I said, it is for Elvis, which is Satan in the flesh. Um, he picked that body. I don't know what's going on, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm going to leave this video up, yes. And I'll leave it up for a day or so. I don't know how long I'm gonna leave it up. It depends on how I feel about it, because I'm not too crazy about the beginning of it. But make sure you guys watch this whole video from beginning to end. That way you can get the foundation of it. And now I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, I don't remember what I was saying. Anyway, like I said, if you're new to the channel, just go to the live section of this channel. All right? That's where all my recent videos are. Watch the last 9 months of videos. All right, make sure you thumb up the video and make sure you comment under the video. All right? Yeah. Anyone who doesn't thumb up this video, it's shame on you guys, man. For all my videos, you should be thumbing up because that helps the algorithms, and that way people can see it. Don't you want to help people get out of Washington State? Come on, man. Yeah, I know. The Statue of Liberty looks like Elvis, the old one. I've been talking about that for 7 years now, almost. Yeah. Anyway. All right, folks. I think we're done here. Any last questions or anything you want to talk about? Like I said, if you just got in, make sure you watch from the beginning. We're just waiting to see if anyone else has anything left to say before I end it. I want to keep the video under an hour, so it's already been 53 minutes. So yeah, man, if you know anybody in Washington State, get them out before June 11th, people. Get them out. Okay? And by the way, this Operation Epic Fury that happened the day after the movie Elvis Epic movie came out, on wide release. It came out the day before. Okay, that day, I didn't. By the way, I did not confirm this. It wasn't my info. It was Cody's info about that it was the 9/11. It was 9/11 on the Masonic calendar that day when America and Israel attacked Iran. Operation Epic Fury. It was 9/11 on the Masonic calendar and 6/11 on the Hebrew calendar. Now, I didn't confirm that. That's from them. So I'm not sure, but everyone else saying that it was correct. So I don't know. But I'll tell you this. I told them if that's the case, because I already had a particular date. Check this out. I'll show you the video one day on the day it happens. If something happens, I said to look for something to happen on 420, and I told you anytime you pick a date, the day before or the day after, connect, because it's like a chain link. So 420, which is like the 42 of the Crown, and Elvis started his first job at Crown Electric on 420 back in 1954. But anyway, so one day before would be 419, one day after would be 421, and 421 is when the Space Needle opened. And I told you Elvis was in that Space Needle when that movie came out. It happened at the World's Fair when that Space Needle opened in Seattle. But anyway, so 420, and I said look for something before or after also. And there was a reason why I was saying that, because from Elvis's birth, from Elvis's death to 419, 420 is 8 months, 4 days, or 8 months, 5 days, okay? Which connects to the 8. Listen, I'm not going to explain it all, but 8485, okay? And because 84 lands on 85 on a leap year, so that's why 84 and then 5, they have to connect. I'm not going to explain it here now, but that's why I was saying that. Now I asked somebody, so if it was 6/11, the day Operation Fury, Epic Fury happened, if it was 6/11 on the Hebrew calendar and 9/11 on the Islamic calendar, on the calendar that day, then it has to connect to August 4th, because it connected to 9/11 and 6/11. And so when is August 4th on the Hebrew calendar? I asked somebody, and somebody says it was on 419. Okay, so now I'm saying to people, look for something to happen around that time, which is the one I was explaining to people, that a possibility maybe of something big happening. When I say big, I mean a predictive programming event. Nothing's going to be bigger than the 6/11 event on Washington State, but that on that day, on 419, 420, 421, one of those 3 days, look for some kind of predictive programming, and maybe even, which is what I've been saying for years, that President Zelensky might be taken out of the world stage. He's nothing but an actor anyway, you know what I mean? So that or some other predictive programming, but it would be interesting because they took out a supreme leader, get it? So why not take out another leader? Get it? From that day, which connected to the Hebrew calendar 6/11 and the Islamic calendar 9/11 on that day, where they took out the Ayatollah, you know. And then now it's on the Hebrew calendar, it's August 4th, somebody said, on 419. So again, I didn't confirm that, but I asked somebody to find that out for me. That way I can tell everybody. Because since the 6/11 connected to that day, that's why I thought August 4th. And by the way, the Operation Epic Fury happened on 2/28, and Elvis's death date is the 228th day of the year. You know, it's all connected, all right, to Elvis. And they were calling it Operation Epic Fury, and Elvis's Epic came out the day before on wide release, the movie. All right. Anyway, all right, folks, that's it. I'm done. Thank you for the comments, everybody, and God bless everyone. And please make sure you thumb up the video and make sure you comment under the video, okay? Help the algorithms. You're not doing it for me. I could care less. But anyway, make sure you thumb up the video. All right. End of video. Jesus is God. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. And if I'm awake, I'll try and see if I can do the blood moon thing, because it's going to happen in a few hours, but I don't know if I'm going to be awake for it, like 4 or 5 hours from now or something. But if somehow I wake up, I'll go out there and do a live stream. But I doubt it. But anyway, all right, end the video. Make sure you watch from the beginning if you came late, okay? And also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you go to the live section and watch the last 9 months of my recent videos under the live section of this channel, not the video section. Those are my older videos. Right now they're irrelevant, but watch the new videos on 6/11 and August 4th. All right? Go to the live section and watch the last 9 months of videos. That's what I said, the Islamic calendar. Did I accidentally say the Masonic calendar? So the Islamic calendar was 9/11 on the day Epic Fury, and on the Hebrew calendar was 6/11. Did I say Masonic? I don't think I did. But anyway, on the Islamic calendar was 9/11, and on the Hebrew calendar was 6/11 on the same day. That day when they struck Iran, and that guy died, the Ayatollah. And then that's why I say on the Hebrew calendar, August 4th is going to be on 4/19. Someone told me. Can someone find? Can you find that out before I end the video? Now I already went over an hour. You see that? I passed my time. I was trying to end it. All right. Can somebody find out if it's August 4th is 4/19 on the Islam? I mean on the Hebrew calendar on 4/19. Does anyone want to look that up before I end the video? Since I already went over an hour now. Does anyone want to check that real quick? I don't even know how to check that other than to ask Google. But I don't even trust Google anymore. Yeah. But yeah, if I did say it, yeah, thanks for letting me know if I said it wrong. But anyway, like I said, I didn't, I'm just saying, look for August 4th on the Hebrew calendar if they did something on 6/11 on the Hebrew calendar. That's my point, because they all have to connect to each other. All right, so look for 4/19, 4/20, 4/21, but mainly 4/19 because that's 8/4, right, on the Hebrew calendar. Or something like that. I don't know which day. It's either 4/19, 4/20, or 4/21. I don't know. But just around that time is the August 4th on the Hebrew calendar. That's what somebody said. But I was already pointing to that date. That's what I'm saying before somebody told me that, because I was pointing to it because it's 8 months and 4 days or 5 days up to that day to do April 20th. Now, check this out. April 19th, April 20th. Also, from Elvis's death date to between 2/26 of this, right? It was 2 days after 2/26 that this happened. 2/28 Operation Epic. Uh, from Elvis's death to 2/26 was 6 months, 11 days, and to March 1st was 6 months, 4 days, which is Trump's birthday. So it was between 6/11 and 6/14. That was that time, and it did. I was telling everyone on here that something's going to happen between 6/11 and 6/14 from Elvis's death. 6 months, 11 days, or in between that. And I mean God bless everyone. Jesus.